Hello and welcome. This is Chicanime. My name is Lauren, and today I am going to be continuing with Castlevania. We've had some interesting things happening in this show recently. For instance, my good friend Godbrand died. That was sad. I was very disappointed about Godbrand's demise. No idea how things are going to shake out with Hector. Cause seems like Carmilla. Either way, she is working at him to sort of pull him away from good old Dracula. Isaac, just crazy, just a psycho. Like Isaac be nuts and does not really care at all that the humans are all going to die. Oh well. I'm looking forward to this. I think again, I'm fascinated to find out what's happening, who's gonna die next. Let's see. And like again, it's the timing seems very convoluted. It feels like things are happening faster for Dracula and crew than they are for Trevor and Sypha and Alucard. But that might also just be because like they might have like skipped over some of the travel montage from Trevor and crew, as opposed to like things were just happening with Dracula's people. So I don't know. Again, some of the timing is confusing to me. But Dracula does have a portal. He's got a portal mirror, which is he's throwing stuff through it right now, which I'm not sure why he's doing that, but maybe just to prove that it works, maybe just to show to the audience what it does. But I was wondering how they were going to get to the Belmont estate, because some people think that, well, are correct in that they're gathering weaponry. Just seems like it's taking them a really long time to gather anything of use at all. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to get out of here. I don't know if they're going to end up going to Brayla like Camilla wants to. So the only way we're going to find out that stuff is by actually watching it. So let us begin.
My work here is almost done. Nothing here but lost children and confused old men. The end of this will be practically merciful. How hard can it be to find Godbrand of all people? He must be somewhere.
Must he? Yep, he's somewhere. He's in the wind. Alucard, what are you doing? Being a weirdo.
I am coming to the conclusion that my people are idiots. And we should have written everything down. All the things.
All the
Look
things.
at this. There's more in this room than a million speakers could carry across 2 generations.
But how much of it is useful?
Not much, it seems. At least not in this instance. Like I was saying, it seems like they're not getting much. Like they're not getting much actual actionable anything.
I discovered an entire box of spells about Venuses.
You're certain it was one of his ancestors? You didn't find it under his childhood bed?
Stop testing him, Alucard.
He is unreliable, emotionally damaged, and apparently very distracting to you while you should be focused on the task at hand.
Oh, am I not working hard enough?
Yeah, and of course he's like, I'm just here to smash stuff. I don't know. Like, I thought that he was going to end up hearing this conversation, but it seems like no, he's just distracted by the weapons, which is, you know what? Fair. Very fair, actually. That would be me.
You're afraid. You worry that you might have made the wrong choice. So you're trying to make him prove himself again and again by constantly provoking him. Trevor didn't get to finish out his childhood. He is not the man here who may not have grown up.
Well, that's ridiculous.
I mean, I really feel like that they should be spending more time with like the big atlas book, you know, like the actual thing that tells them where to go. Because like they're just kind of wandering around and randomly grabbing stuff. Like I don't feel like that is a very useful way to find anything, like to find anything useful. Like, it just seems like it would take forever.
Interesting. I see threads of Chaldaic in it.
You're rather well read yourself.
Oh, they got
I
fun
had
rooms.
entirely different books under my childhood bed. My father was a polymath, my mother was a doctor, and I grew up very fast.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I'm being literal. I aged very quickly.
Okay, so he might actually be a lot younger than the 30 or whatever that he seems to be.
That may explain something.
What?
Perhaps you're just an angry teenager in an adult's body.
Rude. The offense on his face. Hey. I think he was, though. He's only been around for like 16 years. I have no idea how old he actually is. It does make sense that he would have grown up quick because his mom didn't look that much older when she died than when she met Dracula. So I do wonder how old he actually is, though. Interesting. I wonder if he's doing that vampire thing that sometimes happens where they age quick and then pause forever.
Keep walking. Vampires have sharp ears, and you said we needed to talk.
Uh-oh. Hector's gonna talk about... It's not gonna go well for Hector, I don't think. I don't think it's gonna go well for Hector at all.
The cats need herding, Isaac.
That's a good way to get your eyes clawed out, Hector.
We need to assert an order to the war. We're the agents of his rage, not the paintings of him.
What do you want, Hector?
Yes, what do you want? Be careful.
I want to present a united front. I want you to agree to move on, Brayla. I know that, strictly speaking, we've never really been friends.
It seems counterproductive to cultivate human friends when we're engaged in the project of ending the human race.
Also, it's like, also, I hate humans, and you are a human, therefore I hate you just by virtue of you being human. It's like, yeah. Also, who would want to be friends with Isaac? He seems terrible. Like, it's like he's so dour. He's just always angry about everything all the time. So, I mean, Dracula's into it, but still, like, come on. All right, so I feel like Hector might be okay right now. I think he is choosing his words very carefully, and I feel like he is correct. Like, they're in charge of it, right? So they should be careful, and they should be organized. Why not? Like, that also might make people even more scared if, like, you're coming after, if you've got an organized monstrosity coming at you as opposed to just vicious creatures with, like, no rhyme or reason to it. It's scarier when it's like it's scarier when it's organized. Like, it just really is.
But we are on the same side.
Like, don't touch
Is
me.
this where we kiss like Benedictine monks from different monasteries? He needs us to be loyal.
How is it disloyal to provide the guidance he requested of us?
Yeah, right?
If it's serving you and not him.
He asked for a plan, and we need to give him one unambiguously. We go to Brayla, prevent a diaspora by boat, and then proceed along the coast from there.
Also, this is also Carmilla's plan, but again, does make sense. Like, it will help the effort. I don't remember if Dracula had a good reason for not wanting to go to Brayla other than it wasn't his idea. Like, he wants to just kind of because he's lashing out, angry, right? So it's like, but I feel like Carmilla's right. It makes sense to, like, start at have a place to start and work from there. I don't know. And just because it's somebody else's plan doesn't mean it's a bad one.
It would get the war room pointed in the same direction.
All right, good job, Hector.
Hector, you are a marvel.
Orderly and merciful war.
Just as you wished, Hector. You have caused this to happen. Be proud. I admire your resolve.
She's got something planned. I think she wants to, be in charge of all the vampires. I think that's probably her, like, ultimate goal here is to be the big kahuna.
Soon the world will be silent.
God, yes. Listening to Hector made me wish for a lifeless world, all on his own.
Okay.
I find myself wishing you two were better friends.
As I said to him, making human friends seems a little pointless, given our current crusade.
True. But at the end, there will be only you and him.
Oh. Okay. So Dracula's still kind of trying to say, hey, you know what? You two might not die. Hector's like, I mean, not Hector. Isaac's like, well, yeah, we might be dead. Okay, so he did, of course, go straight to Dracula and be like, this is the plan, which, you know, makes sense. He is 100% Dracula's man. I wonder if there's going to be, I don't think there is anything that could happen that would make Isaac turn on Dracula, honestly. Like, Hector wants things to be orderly. He wants things to end quickly. He doesn't actually like causing pain. He doesn't like it when things are, you know, tortured. But Isaac is like into all of that. So I don't know. Like, I can see things turning Hector away, you know, from Dracula. Things already have. So, okay. All right. We just got to watch. We just got to watch.
He'll be coming here to request you approve a move on Brela. Discord is loud. It bothers him.
Is he still loyal?
There's betrayal abroad in the court, but Hector is a simpler creature than that.
If I let them go to Brela, they'll stop scheming and whining.
That's the
think
idea.
so.
Fine then.
All right.
I'm tired, Isaac. There was a time. A time when the smallest details of death delighted me.
Getting Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King stuff. It's like, I've done it all. And so I'm done. I'm tired. So something might have to happen soon to like reinvigorate Dracula.
I remember when the merchants of Kronstadt disrespected me.
Hi, boys. Ugh, that is a lot of guts. Oh my god. Ugh. He's having fun. They're trying to fight him. You see a man rip someone's neck out, but like keep it attached to the body, and his head just kind of flops backwards. And then you see him rip the heart out of another man, and you're coming at him with a knife this big? Are you crazy?
At the time, I saw no reason to harm anybody other than those 40. And I painted my picture accordingly.
Okay. All right. Interesting. It's interesting to see Dracula back in the day, you know? But it's also interesting that he's like, these are the specific people who did a thing to me. So these are the specific people who will pay for it. No reason to go after their families. Like, that's interesting. Like that he used to not feel the need to have excess violence, just going after the people who wronged him. I really thought that he would have killed the wives and children and then like used that as like a fear tactic to like really torture the merchants, but apparently I have a darker mind than he did.
But those times are long gone.
Isaac, we were looking for you, my Lord Dracula.
My lord.
Yes, we all know who we are. What do you all want?
We would ask you to consider moving the castle to Brela.
To what end?
To seal it and discourage escape by river to the sea. Then we turn inland, having landlocked the humans and turned their country into a prison.
It unites the court. It lets us move forward.
Brela it is. I'm tired. Tell me when you're ready for me to move the castle to Brela. Get on with it.
Some of them will wonder why this is where you're interested, after you so loudly brought up the issue of Belmont and Alucard.
And
Yep.
I have already had you forge me the means to deal with that issue.
Oh, okay.
I am in control, Hector.
Okay, so that tracks. All right, so she had him build her an army of like undead so that she can send them after Belmont and crew and she can focus on other things. This does make sense. Like, it's a good plan.
You are.
Ooh.
Yes, any of the generals could have done it. but I had to. Because I am surrounded by children and animals and dying old men.
And which am I? Child or animal?
Puppy. Somewhere between the two.
I thought you wanted me to believe you respected me.
I did. Now you're implicated, so I didn't need to. Come along.
Ooh. Well, all right, Hector, you did let yourself get a little bit played, so maybe you'll be a little bit more on your guard next time.
Oh, this is
Did you figure it out?
clever. Some clever Belmont eventually formulated most of a locking spell. A method to catch the castle and lock it down to a single location so that it can be invaded.
Most of it.
I
Yeah.
can finish the final clauses of it myself.
That's good. That's
It's all
lucky.
based on Adamical structures.
You keep saying that word.
Your regional human language.
Oh.
The one spoken
Adam. Oh, Adamic. Like Adam. Adamic. Okay, makes sense.
The one that was split into all other languages at the Tower of Babel by God to prevent human cooperation. The speakers are the enemy of God. We live in cooperation and hide our stories inside ourselves so he cannot strike them down in jealousy. Oh?
Uh-oh.
See? God hates me.
God hates me. this is God. he hates me so much. All right, I wasn't expecting to get all biblical in here, but and now the forces of darkness have now arrived. Finally, something's gonna happen.
That's
Trevor's got something to
probably
do.
not God.
He's like, that's not, probably not God. All right. We're gonna have a bit of a battle next time. Okay, so that was episode 5, the last spell. So we're gonna have a fight in the next one. Woo, we fighting. And then we're gonna we might have a way to stop the castle, though. I feel like she's going to be able to figure it out. And yeah, so she's gonna okay. All right, Camilla is finally putting her stuff in her plans into motion. I feel like dismissing Hector a little too early. I think that maybe that was a bit of a foolish move. That might be her mistake. Because again, I think underestimating him is going to end up becoming a problem for her. Similar to how like underestimating Trevor and Sypha and Alucard is going to be a problem for everybody. But yeah, it's only episode 5, so there's still like 6, 7, and 8. 3 more episodes left in this season. And I think that things are going to really come to a I think 6 and 7 maybe not question marks, but like I feel like something bad something bad has to happen to either Hector or Carmilla. Like I feel like that's one of those things that eventually that's going to shake out in a very specific way. I feel like Isaac is going to die horribly. But I'm not sure exactly how yet. I don't think that he is going to last. Mostly because he doesn't really seem to want to. Like he has no desire, like he doesn't care if he lives or dies. So I think because of that, it'll end up sort of, I think he might end up dying. Or becoming a vampire. I don't think he'll do that, though. I think he'll end up dying. But I don't know. I have no idea. Lots of questions, lots of thoughts. There's only 3 episodes left. And I guess I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.